Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about overcoming the victim mentality and how you can stop being a victim inside of your own life and how I did it. But before we get into the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my videos and like this video if you enjoy it as well. Now let's get right into the video. I will at first tell you about my own personal story of how I overcame the victim mentality inside of my own life and what it actually meant for my life when I overcame the mentality of a victim. So back in the day, I always viewed myself unconsciously as a victim. Things were just kind of happening in my life. So this all happened in a very early age when there was different things happening in my life, different traumas, different abuse and different child abuse as well, and also a little bit of bullying at school. And then when all these kind of things happen inside of your own life, they actually happen to you. So you think these things happen to you, but some part of you actually attracts these things. But in the end of the day, you're subconsciously absorbing all these negative things that happen to you, and at one point you realize, or maybe you think subconsciously, I'm just a victim. Why do all these things happen to me? Right? Because for some people, all these things seem to just happen over and over and over again. And this is what happened to me. So all these negative things and bad experiences that just kept piling on. And I was like, I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break. And then at the next time, there was some different thing that was suddenly happening to me. Maybe one time there was a little car accident. And then at the next time, maybe I embarrassed myself. And at the next time, maybe some people insulted me on the street. These things actually, when you have the victim mentality, when that's ingrained inside of your system, inside of your subconsciousness, you become a magnet. You become a walking magnet for these things. Notice if you in your own life are actually struggling with this kind of issue, with the victim mentality, the things just keep on coming. It's like you see yourself as unlucky maybe, or you see yourself as a victim. And there is the big issue. That is the problem. And that's the first thing you need to realize. And this is what I realized. At a certain point, I was asking myself, okay, maybe all these negative things, they happen to me, and maybe that's not justified, right? Because in the end of the day, at a certain point, most people who actually suffer all these negative things that happen in their life, they don't deserve it to a certain point, quote unquote. They don't deserve it because they didn't actually do something bad. That was the thing that I was asking myself. Hey, what did I actually do to get all these negative things? I didn't do anything wrong to anybody. But it doesn't matter at that point, because when you're in that cycle, you need to stop the cycle. And how you can stop the cycle is the first step. You need to realize that actually you are not a victim. This is the most important thing. You need to think about, what does it actually get me? So what benefits do I get from being a victim? Because the victim mentality is always a protection. It's always a protection mechanism. It's always putting the blame away from yourself. Because when life isn't going the way that you want life to go in different parts of your life, then you can be like, it's because all these negative things, they just happen to me. Maybe I'm cursed, or maybe I'm just a victim. I'm just a victim of life. Life just happens to me. And when you're in that kind of mode, you can't do anything. You can't change nothing. You are practically, your hands are tied behind your back. And the first step to actually change anything is to realize that you are not a victim. These things actually not happen to you, but you can influence them. And this is the actual mindset that you need to start acquiring. You need to start thinking yourself, okay, you know what? Even if all these negative things by accident or by chance even happen to me, it doesn't give me any benefit believing that I'm a victim. You're not going to get anything done by believing that you're a victim. The only thing that you're going to get done by calling yourself a victim or subconsciously believing that you are a victim, the only thing that you will get is you get two things. You get an excuse, and maybe you get outside validation if you start crying and complaining about it. That's what I used to do back in the day. Because when you're a victim, you always want to complain about how tough your life is and what a victim you are, because that's your identity. You take on an identity of the victim. And when you are the victim, you think, I am a victim, and you always communicate with everybody like, oh, I'm a victim. So for example, maybe you will talk to your friends, and then you will tell your friends, you know what happened to me yesterday? Somebody spit on me on the street. This is just a hypothetical example that actually never happened to me, but maybe it happened to you, hopefully not. So let's say you tell it to your friends, and then you're like, oh my god, these things just keep happening to me. That's a thing that the victim says. And when you say these things, that actually makes the victim identity stronger. It actually tells your subconscious system, yes, it's true, I am a victim. And at one point, that is what happened to me, I 100% believed it. I was 100% certain that I am a victim and I can change nothing. So the first step is, I'm telling you, you can change it. You can change the mentality, and the first step is to drop the victim mentality. Ask yourself, what benefit do I have from the victim mentality? Maybe I get some kind of emotional validation. Maybe when I cry and complain about my life, other people will be like, you know what, damn man, your life is so hard, Ray. To get a little bit of sympathy, and that maybe that's your positive emotion. Maybe you are addicted to that sympathy that other people give you after you complain about being a victim. So cut that out. You need to cut this shit out right now, because that will not help you in the long term. In the short term, yeah, maybe you can give away a little bit of responsibility of your life, because this is what it comes down to. You can just say, it's not my fault, it's everybody else's fault, I'm just a victim. I can't do nothing about it, right? I can change it. I can change the situation that other people are bullying me. But actually, if you ask yourself 100% honestly, can you change actually anything about your life right now? Is there one thing that you could do to change something, to make it a little bit better? If that's the case, then in the end of the day, you are not a victim. So you need to start taking action. You need to start implementing the things that you are running away from, and you know you need to do. For example, if you feel subconsciously bad about your body, or you think, oh, I don't look attractive, then you need to start working out. If that's the thing, you go to the gym, do push-ups, I don't know, do something, go to courses that actually help you get better at fitness. I don't know, do whatever helps you. Do whatever helps you, and then you get more confidence. And when you start getting these small victories, I call these things the tiny victories, the mini victories. That's what I did back in the day. So I was overweight and I couldn't do 10 push-ups. So I was like, you know what? I will do 10 push-ups. That's my goal, to do 10 push-ups. Of course, the first time I collapsed after one. So I tried to do 2 push-ups and I collapsed on the ground and almost started crying because I couldn't do more. So I said myself, you know what? Right now I suck at it. It doesn't matter. Next day I will try it again until I get those 10 push-ups. And when you get the 10 push-ups, it's like you have a little victory. And when you start stacking up these little victories, all of a sudden your mind starts turning around. And this is what happened to me. At one point, my mind started turning around actually always when I had some different victim mentality sentences. Sometimes even today I still struggle with it a little bit, right? I'm not perfect, I'm still working on it. So I need to always keep myself focused. When I hear some kind of victim mentality sentence from my head, I will be like, right there, I got it. It's a victim mentality sentence, so let's change it up. So instead of saying, oh, these things just happen to me, ask yourself, what can I do to improve my situation? Or maybe this applies to everything. So let's say when you're at school and maybe you're getting bullied right now, what can I actually do to stop getting bullied? Okay, you know what? I'm going to train mixed martial arts. I don't know. Train something where you can beat up other people or protect yourself. That's the main thing. We don't want to go out there and beat up people up. Just to protect yourself. Do some wrestling, do jiu-jitsu, do boxing. And when you start training, all of a sudden it will turn around. Because bullies actually don't want to fight trained fighters. That's an interesting thing. Bullies only want to pick on the victims and the easy people, because that's an easy win. If you are somebody who's really tough and who can actually fight or actually know some martial art, then that confidence will come through. Nobody is stupid enough to fight somebody who actually wants to fight them. Or the bullies want to pick on an easy target, because that will increase their own self-confidence, because then they can be like, look how tough I am, I beat up that little guy. But when you know some kind of self-defense, and the other bully starts trying to bully you, and you look them straight in the eye and walk up to them and tell them what you're gonna do right now, then they will realize, this guy better should stay away from this, because this is not an easy fight. And most people, nobody actually wants to fight, because nobody knows how to fight, so they actually want to avoid that. And that will increase your confidence, because now you won a little bit of confidence. Now people are not going to bully you anymore if you know how to defend yourself. Or if you're overweight, when all of a sudden, when I knew how to do 10 push-ups, I felt way better about myself, because I was starting to take the little wins. I was clawing myself up the little mountain of success that I had envisioned in my mind where I wanted to go. I started going the baby steps, and I never stopped, and that's the most important important thing. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you could take anything away from this video. Like I said, I'm still working on it, on the victim mentality, to get it completely out of my own system, because when you're inside of the victim mentality mode for years and years and years and years on end, it's extremely difficult to snap out of it and to maybe even realize when you're going back into it. If a negative thing happens or something stressful happens, then the tendency will be you will snap back into the victim mentality, because that's the default you know from your own life. So cut that shit out, work on it, start setting yourself small goals, and start working towards the thing that is bothering you the most, getting to your confidence the most, and then you will be on a long journey. This is a long journey. This is not this is no easy quick fix. If you're watching this video right now to this point and you expect to have to solve these issues that have persisted for maybe even years, right? And to solve these issues in a small short amount of time, that will not be possible. You need to set yourself up. This is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. So with that being said, I will end the video right now. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked the video, like the video. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content. I would really appreciate it. Until the next time, guys, have a nice day. Goodbye.